It's your boy Dash. I ain't got a hat on today. And as you see, I'm older than 30. Anyway, today, again, back with the word of the day. And today's word is purpose. Purpose is a big one, y'all. Every day a big one, but purpose is so important. Purpose is so important because, a lot of people out here going through life, and they're just doing that, going through life without purpose. So as always, I'm gonna break it down to 3 points, that make purpose important. Number one, purpose is important because without purpose, there's no way you can have direction. If you don't know your purpose, you cannot have any direction. Like if you don't know what you're supposed to do in life, then how can you prepare to not know? You don't even have to prepare to not know. You can just go through life and not understand why you're here. Not understand what you're doing because you don't know your purpose and you ain't searching for your purpose. Without no purpose, you can have no direction. I want to say this emphatically. Without no purpose, you can have no direction because your purpose is why you're here and the reason why you were made. That's your purpose. Whatever the case may be, your purpose, if you don't, like for instance, how many people out there are at a job, just working to making me? I think I said this in my point yesterday, but it all ties in. How many people just working to, get by, And I assure you that's where you are because you don't know your purpose. Because you're somewhere where your purpose isn't. And anytime that you are, putting effort towards somewhere that has no purpose, then the benefit is not going to be what you want it to be. It'll be what you need it to be because obviously you're working to pay bills or you're working to provide for your family and whatnot. But you won't be able to exceed past that. You only do enough to survive. You won't be able to live because you're going through life without purpose. That's one. Second thing that purpose will give you is favor. Now, when I say purpose, your purpose is what God put you on this earth for. Everybody has their purpose, and I pray everybody is blessed enough to find out what their purpose is because a lot of people die without knowing what their purpose was. A lot of people die without getting to that point where they understand what their purpose is. So when you are working in your purpose, then, like I said, that's what God put you on earth for. That's what God made you for. God knew your purpose before you were born, before you conceived, when you were just a twinkle in your daddy's eyes. God knew what your purpose was. Y'all, bear with me. I got big lips. But God knew what your purpose was. So if you're working in the purpose that God made for you, then He will provide you favor. 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 And when I say favor, I mean it'll be like climbing quickly up in the ladder or wherever you are. Wherever you are, it'll be like that. And if you're working, searching for your purpose, same thing, you'll receive favor. Like I can't even tell you. Anybody who knows me will tell you everywhere that I've worked or everywhere that I went, I climb quick. I climb quickly. The management, like it's been jobs where I've been there in 3 months and promoted in 3 months and so forth and so on. That's because all my life I've been searching for my purpose. I feel like I found my purpose early and I thank God for that. But that purpose will give you that favor, and where favor can work through people. The hiring manager, will see you easier than they see other candidates. The manager, your manager will see your hard work, and in a light that they don't see other people in. Because if you're working there in purpose, it's no way you don't grow. Like I can't say it enough. Purpose brings favor. Purpose brings favor. You can even be in a workplace learning your purpose. That place doesn't even have to be your purpose, but if you're there learning your purpose, you'll have favor. It's happened to me. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. People will just be there to provide you favor, because if you go to jobs, you understand what it's like when you know somebody there is a favorite. Somebody there is a favorite, but when you walk into purpose, you're one of God's favorites. Because you're seeking what he wants for you by, in turn, seeking what he wants you to do for him. That's what purpose will get you. The last thing that purpose will give you, let me look at my list because I always forget the last one. I swear I do. Discernment. Now let me tell you about discernment. Discernment is so important in life because it's things that you're not going to be able to see without God. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you the smartest person in the world. It's just stuff that you're not going to be able to see, stuff you're not going to be able to sense, stuff you're not going to be able to feel without God. And if you're walking in God's purpose for you, then you will have that discernment. Perfect example. Let me tell you a scenario I was in. So I was everybody who knows me know I worked at T-Mobile forever. I worked at T-Mobile. And I was working the last store that I was at, I was working there, and there were people there that I worked with that, it's like it was normal. It was like having normal coworkers, the messy people that, run their mouth about the other people that work there and so forth, and, try to pull you in to talk about them and stuff. And, I've dealt with that at workplaces before. But so it was like, whatever. And so for as long as I can remember in T-Mobile, when I was working there, I started when it was Sprint and then T-Mobile bought them out. As long as I can remember, like I said, I climbed quick, climb. And each year I made more money than I made the last year. Until that place was not in my purpose anymore. Until I grew to a place where I no longer needed to learn what I was learning there to serve my purpose. So guess what started happening? I started making less money. And guess what else started happening? People started to I ain't gonna say turn against me, but people started to treat me like I was like their enemy or something. Like people were lying on me and things like that. I mean, people that I was tight with too. People I was tight with started lying on me and everything. And so, because I was serving purpose, I was able to see it ahead of time. Like literally months ahead of time. And I fought leaving there too. I fought leaving there because my genetic makeup is be a provider. That's what I was raised to do, and that's what I know. But I started seeing people were lying bad, and people that I don't even talk to started coming to tell me about the lies that people that I was cool with were telling on me. Because I was realizing purpose. I was listening for God, like legit listening to God. And so I left that place. And that was the last workplace that I had. And since I left that workplace and started moving in purpose even more, when I tell you the things that I've been able to see, it's weird because I even look at people different. Because the purpose that I chose to walk in, it gave me this new discernment. It gave me this new ability to be able to understand things ahead of time without having to walk into it first, without having to have it smack me in the face first. Because for a long time in life, I was the person, and I said it in the song. If you caught the Pandemic album, go cop that. But I said it in the song. I had to believe. I had to see it to believe it. That was me. I had to see it to believe it. I had to step in it before I could smell it. But now, now I don't have to. I don't have to. I can see it from a mile away now. But that's what purpose will get you. It'll get you direction. It'll give you favor, and it'll give you discernment. All of these things are important because in this life, like I said, you're gonna need partnership. That was my word yesterday. You're gonna need partnership. And in order to choose those partnerships properly, you're gonna need that discernment to be able to see who's for you and who's not. Because there's a lot of y'all that's out here around people that ain't for you. Because you ain't living in your purpose. You living in theirs, really. There's so many people out here that ain't for you. I mean, it's so cliche to say, but everybody posted every day about how people ain't for you. Most of them ain't even living by it. Listen, walk in your purpose. Get that favor, get that direction, get that discernment so you can understand exactly what you're doing. So you won't be out here walking lost. Because the large majority of the world we living in now, they lost. They lost. Of course they're not going to say it, but they lost 100%. So I encourage you to find your purpose and walk in it boldly. All right? Dash out.